triathlon launch. I'm with Hollie Avil, one of the members of the British team. Hollie, you've had an amazing rise to fame and probably the fastest in triathlon history. You're going to the Olympics and it's actually only your 5th Olympic distance race. That's just incredible. How does that feel?
Yeah, definitely fast track. The right word to use. My first triathlon was back in September 2005 and obviously come a long way since then. But it's been a great 3 years that I've been in triathlon, and British Triathlon has been great. I started right at the bottom of their development program from Talent ID and made my way up, and I've had a great bunch of support people around me and put a lot of my success down to that and down to the program and down to the support around me.
You went off to race your first 2 World Cups this year, which are obviously very important for the world points, for the points that you needed to be able to qualify for the Olympics. And so going out to those races I think you went to Japan first, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you have any idea that you were going to be good enough to make the podium first time?
Not at all. When I was really excited going into my race in Japan, because it was the day after my 18th birthday. The second one was just to give the Olympic distance a go. Like, my coach and I had no idea how I'd do over the distance, that I'd be able to cope. My coach could obviously tell from my training load that I should be able to cope with the distance, but how I would perform in things. So yeah, when I crossed the line with a bronze medal, that's what really got us both excited.
You ran really well last year at Crystal Palace at one of the big athletics events there, and you ran in 3,000 and ran a very good time, but obviously 3,000 metres is very different to 10k, so how did you feel in your first Olympic distance race getting off and the bike and knowing you had to run 10k when you'd never done it before?
Yeah, I think when it came to that, I kind of forgot about the distance and got on with the race, and I didn't really notice that much of a jump from 3k to 10k for 5k and the sprint distance to the 10k, which I suppose is quite good, and it showed that my winter training showed that I could cope with the longer distance. But no, I definitely like the longer run.
Obviously hugely talented, you're good in all 3 sports, but you've just come back from Des Moines where you perhaps didn't have the best swim that you've had out of the 4 races that you've done. What happened there?
Yeah, it was I came 11th, which a result I'm not really happy with, but not too disappointed, and I did learn a lot from that race. The swim was on with the Americans being there, and it was a good challenge for me, because they say the swim's going to be on in Beijing, so I do need to up my game a bit in my swimming. A lot of it for me is confidence in the open water, and each time I race I'm getting more experience, and just know that I need a good block of swim training in and toughen up a bit in that swim.
Beijing will obviously be non-wetsuit. Is that something you're happy about? Would you prefer to swim with a wetsuit or without a wetsuit?
I don't mind really when it comes to it. I don't think it really affects the field that much. I think, well, obviously with wetsuit everyone swims a bit faster, but then the same people always come out the front. So I don't mind. I think I'll like the warm weather.
And how do you think you're going to cope with the whole world, the whole triathlon world, watching you? You know, that's something obviously that's very new to you, dealing with the media, dealing with that kind of pressure. Is that something that do you think is going to be a problem for you?
I take it as it comes. I find the media side of things kind of exciting as well, because it's great that triathlon's getting in the media, and it's great that it's helping the sport grow, and yeah, I don't mind. It's all part of the experience.
You talked about the work you do with your coach. Have you got a plan, a race strategy for Beijing?
Not yet. I suppose that might come closer to the event. We sat down and talked about my training over the next few weeks, getting some more endurance and base fitness in, maybe do some speed and sharpening up. And now I'm looking forward to the next few weeks and put my full concentration on training, and no exams anymore, no school. So looking forward to it.
I think a lot of people going back a few months might have thought that you were going to Beijing for the experience, but having finished 4th in the selection race in World Cup, in Madrid World Cup, you've got 2 podiums already. You're probably not just going just to get the experience now.
No, definitely not. I'm going there to race. I think I've got as equal a chance as anyone out there. And the thing about triathlon is the results can be so freak-like from the past Olympics, and that's exciting as well. And I think the worst thing to do is right away medals as well to some of the other competitors. So just looking forward to going out there and giving it my all.
And a lot of talk obviously about Fernandez and Snowzell. Kind of people have already kind of, you know, sold the gold and the silver medal to those 2 girls. But do you think that we might see something different happening?
Oh, definitely. I'd definitely not give the medals away to them yet. And like the thing with triathlon, anything can happen. Either one of those girls could puncture, one could not cope with the heat, one might be dehydrated. So yeah, there's so many different variables and uncontrollables, and that's what's exciting.
So we could still see two British girls on the podium.
Yeah, we could do, and I really hope so. We've got a really strong squad going of boys and girls, so hopefully we can bring back some medals.
Thank you very much.
It's okay.